TikTok has done the incredible in a dramatically divisive Congress. It has somehow brought Republicans and Democrats together uniformly to call for this divestiture, and I think they've got it right. The national security concerns are severe, and this is an unregulated market in which there are not other tools to prevent the kinds of harmful conduct that they're concerned about.
So a bit of context here. TikTok is probably the most downloaded app in the world. So that scale we're talking about here. At the same time, what you just talked about, lax data protection laws in the U.S. is the reason why, if China really wanted to, let's say Chinese spies wanted to hoover up information about Americans, it would be a lot easier for them to do so by simply buying it from third parties.
They could do that. I think the control that ByteDance has and the connection between ByteDance and the Chinese government raise severe concerns, not just on the national security, but also their ability to influence the public debate. And that's why Congress seems to be unified in calling for its divestiture.
That's an interesting point, David. You said national security concerns are severe. How severe? Because the director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, has said she cannot rule out China using TikTok to influence U.S. elections. Would you agree?
Totally. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why this is a more severe concern than in other situations is TikTok's influence on the public debate and the ability of China to manipulate that to distort the results in elections.
How is a ban, if it comes to that, of TikTok going to be enforced?
They would just, they would require that divestiture. Otherwise, they would take actions to make sure that it was not an available app. I, would imagine that they would bring enforcement actions to prevent its access to the major app providers.
David, I got to say, I'm wondering, and we've talked about lax data protection laws, right? And also the fact that the internet in the U.S. is totally unregulated. It's the Wild West, right? So even if China does pose a threat, right, doesn't the fix really start at home?
Here, I think the concerns are so unique to TikTok that an individual legislative action to ban Chinese ownership makes sense. Certainly, one day, perhaps when I'm a great-grandfather, the Congress will get around to regulating the internet. But right now, there's a profound concern that, Congress needs to act on.